Brought to you by Rockpals.
On a car camping adventure and I want to have a lot more power, I use this Rockpals 330 watt power bank, which works really well, and I can get lots of different charges out of it, and I'll show you a little bit more about that as we go through this. So the amount of time it takes to charge a power bank depends on the size of the battery. So for example, a smaller portable pocket charger with a capacity of about 1500 mAh will charge about the same time as a typical smartphone, whereas a larger device for laptop charging may take up to 4 times that. Power banks have different rating systems, so for instance, if you have a 2000 mAh, you get 1 full charge on an iPhone and probably about 25% of a tablet. If you have a 52 mAh, you get 2 full charges of an iPhone and maybe 50% of a tablet. And then if you have a 10,000 mAh, you probably can get 4 charges on an iPhone and 100% of a tablet. So consumer pocket power banks generally tend to be between 2000 mAh and 9000 mAh. So the higher end units generally tend to allow you to be able to charge your iPhone about 8 or more times. Generally an iPhone, which is considered a low current device, you can get more charges than a high current device, which would be something like an iPad. So when it comes to amperage rating, a lot of companies state the amperage a little bit differently. Some companies will actually state their overall amperage of a product, and the higher the amperage overall allows you to put in more devices at once and charge more devices quickly. However, when you're plugging one device in, it doesn't necessarily mean that all of that amperage is going to go to that one device. So not all power banks are equal. Some of them use lithium ion and some of them use lithium polymer batteries, and there's a difference between the two. Lithium ion batteries have higher energy density, they're cheaper to manufacture, but they have issues with aging. Whereas lithium polymer batteries, they don't really suffer from aging quite as much, but they're much more expensive to manufacture and cost more. So the Rockpals 330 that I use is a 330 watt, 78,000 AH device. It's lithium ion. You can charge it up with a 110 volt AC outlet, a 12 volt car charger, or a 60, 80, or 100 watt solar panel. Peak wattage for this particular device is 700 watts. The recharge time is between 5 and 8 hours, depending on if you're plugging it into a wall or if you're using solar panels. So as you can see, I've got a lot of different devices being charged on my Rockpals 330 watt power bank, including my Hero 3 GoPro being charged by USB. I've got my Apple Watch here being charged by USB. I've got my Bofang radio being charged by AC. And then I usually don't put more than that on it at once. I've got about a 90% charge here. It shows that I've got 0 input power. If I plug in my solar panel, this will start showing numbers. So one of the things I really like about the Rockpals 330 watt power bank is the fact that if I fold down this handle, I've got wireless charging for my iPhone. And if you're a subscriber to 4Expedition, you probably already know that I only use one iPhone to film my episodes. And so that makes it really nice to have a wireless charging base right here on this power bank. And I'm actually pretty astonished just by how fast my iPhone 11 actually charges with this wireless station. Okay, so to be able to show you all the features and the outlets of this particular product, I decided to unplug my devices. You've got a DC section here with two 12 volt 5 amps, and you've also got a 12 volt 10 amp for car charging. Over here you've got USB 3s, and then you've got a Type C here. This is for charging an iPhone, although I have the wireless up here, so I use that mostly, but if somebody else also wanted to charge, they could plug in here. I've also got an AC plug here, which is really nice, and then this port here is where you plug in your solar panel to charge up the Rockpals device with the sun, and then you've got a flashlight on top of here as well, which is really nice. So the device itself is very heavy duty and durable. It's got some nice rubberized bumpers on it. It's got a really stiff, strong handle with a rubberized grip here as well. When you flip it around and lift it around, it's actually very strong and solid and heavyweight. It's also weather resistant, so it's a really great power station for taking out on your adventures. So the Rockpals 330 watt power bank actually allows me to charge my iPhone about 25 times. It allows me to charge my laptop about 4 times. I can charge a drone probably 2.5 times, and I can charge a floodlight, which I've got a couple of those, about 56 times according to their documentation. I've used the wall plug at home to charge it up. It actually charges pretty